Hello, and thanks for joining me back on my YouTube channel. As you can tell by the title, there are quite a few things being covered, so we'll jump right into the video. In the first part of the video will be me honoring Black History Month 2021 with, similar to last year, a poem written by an African American poet from the Oxford Anthology of African American Poetry, a book that I was gifted a long time ago and held on to. So I'm going to um, share a poem from this book and give some of my review or um, synopsis of it. And that poem is The Negro Speaks of Rivers, written by Langston Hughes, a familiar name. And the poem reads, I've known rivers. I've known rivers ancient as the world and older than the flow of human blood in human veins. My soul has grown deep like the rivers. I bathed in the Euphrates when dawns were young. I built my hut near the Congo, and it lulled me to sleep. I looked upon the Nile and raised the pyramids above it. I heard the singing of the Mississippi when Abe Lincoln went down to New Orleans. And I've seen its muddy bosom turn all golden in the sunset. I've known rivers, ancient, dusky rivers. My soul has grown deep like the rivers. And once again, that poem is The Negro Speaks of Rivers, written by poet Langston Hughes from the Oxford Anthology of African American Poetry. It's only a few stanzas long, a very short poem. Not sure if you can hear. And what I take most from this poem is the voice of the Negro who's speaking. I take the voice from this poem. I find it passionate. I find it mellow. I find it imaginative even. And I can't recall a time where I was able to tap into the imagination of the Negro or the African American um, with a poem. And that's just off the top of my head. So well done to Langston Hughes, needless to say. But I take a lot of feelings from this poem. As I do with most Black History Months, it's just a passion of most African Americans to have gone from being unnoticed completely to having a week to recognize our ancestry and moving on to a month. And now it's Black 365 for many people. So bravo and kudos. Moving forward, the next topic to cover in this YouTube video is the new issue of Vogue I've received by mail, and that is for March 2021, featuring Gigi Hadid on the cover, the new mother, model, Yolanda protege, and so on and so forth. I'm ready to tap into what she has to tell us about motherhood and getting back to work and all things on that topic, really. I imagine that's what Vogue has tapped into for the readers. It's actually quite a thick and full issue, and so there's probably lots more here, in addition to all the wonderful advertisers. So again, March 2021 Vogue features Gigi Hadid on the cover and honors creativity as only Vogue can. And finally, the good part of this video is that it is part 3 of building my vision board with me. We want to get it full this time, and I want you to join me in completing my vision board. Here it is as we left off, and we're going to fill in a few more spaces. You're going to write a few more just freestyle wording that adds to the inspiration that this entire board is purposed to provide. And the magazine, and what we'll be cutting from today is another old magazine that I have sitting around, and that one is Entrepreneur. It was the April 2015 release of Entrepreneur magazine, and I've gone through and elephant-eared some pages. You need your scissors, you need your glue stick, and let's go to work. So the first thing I'm going to cut out is the opening page advertisement, a piece of information from that, just some wording, which you want to stray away from cutting out too many words and making your board too wordy, because it's supposed to be something to glimpse at, get some inspiration, some motivation, and you keep it trucking. But the wording that's so inspirational and board worthy says, become the leader you see in yourself. And what a reminder. Moving on, not to take too long. Excuse me, I'm a little wee bit under the weather. So I have here just a picture of some cheese and fig jam and bread. Just some picture from the contents page that I thought was beautiful to be food. And if it could make the contents page of a magazine, it is worthy enough to make my vision board. And that's another concept that I hope to be reminded of when I look at this picture, is just the concept of enough and being worthy enough and being more than enough, rather than being self-defeating or low esteem. You want to use your board to bring out the best in your vision for yourself. If you have trouble finding inspiration at the simplest things, keep looking. You go back through a magazine that you might have skimmed over and take your time. cutting out another photo, or it's not a photo, it's a graphic. And it reminds me of Time Waiting for No Man. And I'm also a fan of the mechanics of this graphic, and it reminded to produce well-oiled machines, a project that is efficient, that really works. And here's another graphic. As you can imagine, there are quite a few graphics rather than photos in this magazine because it's speaking of the millennial entrepreneur, or speaking to the millennial entrepreneur. And this is going to inspire me to share ideas and brainstorm with my fellow entrepreneurs and partners. I elephant eared a few more pages, but not many. And I didn't want to overdo the abstract inspiration. And then the day will come where you look at the graphic on your board and you're like, what was I thinking? You don't want that to happen. That's why including some wording is okay too. And here's another photo, just purely inspiration, visual inspiration that I'm getting from this photo here. And hard time. The other. There's another non-worded inspiring photo. And what you're reminded of by this photo, which again is a photo and not a graphic, by this gentleman sitting on a rooftop, is the idea of sitting on top of the world and setting that goal to get there. Okay. Got a page right here. There are also some good article topics in this magazine. And it's for the innovators, the branding side, the freestyle side. It's wonderful, to say the least. And find those pages are elephant eared so that we can get started on gluing. And if you can't glue at the time that you're cutting out, you want to, because it minimizes making a mess with the cut out pages. But if you can't, you just paper clip them together for when you can. Have this one reminded me to set the bar. Okay. All right. This one or two last photos. And if you do run out of room on your actual board, out of misjudging what you have to go on it, start another board. I'll show you on my board where I started with a smaller one and took that smaller one and placed it on a larger poster board and have a combined vision board if you hadn't already spotted it. Okay, I think this might be the final. Help myself. I think my father has been elephant eared. There were quite a few things I also elephant eared, or pages I also elephant eared because I want to go back and read some of that content. Here's this graphic or photo with looks like a science project and a picture of a globe or a imitation of a globe and some hands up under it. It's actually a dark photo. I would have liked to see it more lit to well, I would have made it brighter because this to me pictures where the world is headed to global research. That's what I can word it here. And this was my original vision board, okay? I took this and placed it on a larger poster board and was able to make more room. What I'll do now is start gluing with keeping in mind that in some spaces I want to actually write some things down. So first here, become the leader you see in yourself. Excuse me, I'm just gonna. These hourglasses are another reminder of the time and keeping the time in mind, I actually will probably label somewhere what year this vision board is for. I notice I don't have it there, and I don't want to do it on the blank side. I talk so much about that blank slate and that being the purpose of keeping one side completely blank by any means. And yes, at some point things will start to overlap. It's okay, let it. So once again, thank you for joining me on my YouTube channel. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, share below what is your favorite part of the video and what you'd like to see more of from this channel. You probably are familiar with the book reviews that I like to share. I'm starting a My Little Library segment now. I just share what books I have in my collection. Maybe you have some of them and we can read along together. Some people are doing sprint reads. I haven't gotten into that just yet. My new year hasn't allowed it. My glue is trying to run out, but I think I might have an extra stick. Oh yeah, because I have a pack of the rest. So right there. Put the top on this until it changes its mind. Put the top on it. Oh. That one is out of service too now. Here, look, was this one? I think so. They say good things come in threes. Third time's a charm. All of those things. This photo, excuse me, or graphic here is the one purely for inspiration. Just a visual inspiration. You look at it and you are inspired. It's the colors, they have an effect on the mood. And so you go there with it. And here are these larger photos. I cannot work these in here. Probably should have placed them first. Actually, I'm not sure where I'll place them. They may be one of the ones that I even have to paper clip onto the vision board rather than glue on. But here's what we have. After 3 parts of cutting and gluing and inspiring, you'll have a full vision board ready to hang and work for you. And that pretty much completes my YouTube video today. Thank you for joining me once again. And until next time, be well.